Welcome to the WHHI News. I'm McNair. We begin today with an important issue, and that is literacy of children. And here to tell us about the work that she is doing is Joann Doctor. She is with the literacy program, or runs it at the Boys and Girls Club of Bluffton. Joann, thanks for joining us. I want to ask you, what has inspired you to become involved with this program?
What inspired me is it started personally when I was younger. As a teenager, I started loving the opportunity to be able to read. And once I read a lot, I felt like reading gave me a boost or an advantage because the more reading I did, the more I learned. And I felt like I was ahead of kids my age. So I think it was an advantage for me just to be able to read a lot and become advantageous compared to my peers.
Right. Can you talk to me a little bit about what are some of your concerns when you look at the youth today and those problems you're trying to address with the literacy program at the Boys and Girls Club in Bluffton?
The concerns are with access to resources. A lot of our kids are, disproportionate, and then they don't have access to those resources. And here we have a variety of ways to accommodate the kids with the reading, the resources that they need. Then it can be some parental stuff at home where parents don't have the time to give them that quality one-on-one time to accommodate with those issues that we've seen as far as literacy.
How do you figure out or assess where those needs are to work with, say, one of those young people in the literacy program? How do you go about doing that?
Well, we have established assessments that we use, and mostly are written, and they've already been established and proven. We can observe them with actually somebody like me when they're doing reading with the volunteers. We can observe them when they're doing storytelling. So we have a variety of ways, but the main way is to do those established assessments.
I want to ask you, some young people, because they haven't gotten comfortable with reading, it's just something they don't want to do. They're going to be reluctant.
Yes.
How do you work with that individual to get them on board with working on it and getting better at it?
Well, first thing we do is make literacy fun. We make it inviting. We make it comfortable for them. We let them know that we have technology, but that technology part of literacy is fun, is really interactive. It's just the different things that we do. Make them comfortable, give them confidence. We have incentives that we can give them at the end. We've implemented something we call Pause for Reading, where the kids come in on certain days, like on Thursdays, where they come in with the dogs and read to the dogs. So certain things we do to kind of bring them in and get them interested.
I mean, those are all great ideas. Do you need volunteers? I would imagine, do you work one-on-one with the children or the youngsters, or do you need volunteers to do so?
Yeah, we work one-on-one, but the volunteers are helpful because we have so many. And the volunteers are helpful because they work one-on-one with them. They let them read to them. They read aloud with them. They let them tell stories. They help them with them homework. Some of them tutors. So yeah, the volunteers are really, really impactful.
So you would like to hear from people, wouldn't you, then, that might be interested?
Absolutely. That would be very, very advantageous for the club. Yes.
Before we let you go, can you share any one particular success story where you really saw the impact that your literacy program had on a young person?
Yes. Before I left a couple of years ago, we had a young man. He was in the first grade. And I'm not going to say his name, but he didn't know his name was 4 letters. And he didn't know the letters. And throughout the process of 4 months, we did a culmination program where we brought the parents in and we had like plays where they read parts. And by that time, he was able to read a part of the play. And his parents were emotional, especially his mother. She cried because, the progress that he made within a short period of time. Yeah, that was one that stuck out for me significantly with that particular member.
Well, I am sure that is something that will stay with you forever, and you have truly made a difference in young people's lives. We want
Yeah.
to thank you so much for joining us, and best of luck with the program, and we hope you hear from some folks that would be interested in helping you out.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
And we will be back with more in just a moment.